All right, so we have a broadcast hub, but really right now we're not really building the list of people that join. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add another label, and we're going to be able to list out the people that join. So first thing I'm going to do is just put a true label, right? So I'm just going to call this broadcast list, or put that text in there, maybe bold it. Okay, oops. There we go. And then I'm going to stick another label, and this is actually going to be for our data. Okay, and so I'm going to rename this guy, and I'm going to call him the broadcast list label. Okay, this is where we're going to display our list. And it's going to start off just blank. There won't be anything in there to start. Okay, so let's go to the blocks editor. And here's what we've built so far. Okay, and right now we really just text people back. We really don't build a list. So the first thing I'm going to do is define a variable. And think of a variable like kind of a hidden piece of data. So the user interface objects the user can see, but variables are kind of the hidden data. And so we're going to need a broadcast list, which is a variable. So this is where we're going to keep track of the whole list. And of course it's a list, so I'm going to click on the list drawer and choose make a list. And so basically I'm saying give me a variable, a bunch of memory cells, name it broadcast list, and make it a list. So I'm going to put items in there. Okay, the user won't be able to see this unless I stick it into the label, the label I've set up. Okay, but this is going to be where we store our data. Okay, and really, when someone texts join in, this is where we want to add to the list. And fortunately, the list drawer has a block called add items to list. I can just grab that guy and put him in here. Okay, and I can say, well, what list do I want to add to? Well, it's this broadcast list. Now, when I define a variable, App Inventor creates some blocks for it. It creates one block to go get the information from the broadcast list, and another one if I want to change or set the broadcast list to a different list. Right now, I just want a reference to the broadcast list. I'm basically telling this block which list to add the item to. Okay, and the item I want to add is just the phone number of the person who texted, right? So someone texted in, join, I want to add that phone number to my broadcast list. Okay, so I'm going to add number, there it is, and I've now said, okay, every time they click join, add someone to the list. And, I'm sending a status, which is just saying what just happened, and I'm sending a text back. But remember I set up this label here, and this is where we're going to, this guy called broadcast list, this is where we want to display our list. Okay, so all I'm going to do is after I've added the items to the list, I'm going to set that text for the broadcast list label to the actual list. So I'll just copy this reference to the broadcast list, Command C, Command V on my Mac, and I'm just going to say, look, add the items, add the new number that's come in to my broadcast list, and then display the whole list in the label. And this is a real simple way of doing it. The list won't look pretty. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you some code later to display the list so it shows up on separate lines. But right now, at least you'll see the numbers as they're added. Okay, so I've started up 3 emulators. Okay, and 558, 556, and 554. And the first thing I'm going to do is, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is connect to 554. So I'm going to run my app on 5554. Okay, so it's connecting, and this emulator should come up with my app as soon as it connects. Then to test, what I'm going to do is have the other emulators text 554, and I've already done some text from, but I'm going to have them text join, and what we should see is the broadcast list increasing as each one joins. Okay, so here comes my app. So this is going to be my broadcast hub. So this is the phone which is running the app, and it's going to show, you know, kind of what I've set up here. And here's some other phone, right? And it's 5556, and he's going to text 5554, which I've already set up, and I'm going to send it. And let's see what happens over here. Someone has joined, good, and it shows me a list. Notice it shows me the list with the phone numbers of the list in parentheses. Okay. Now, if I came over to 5558, emulator 5558, and it's dead. So let's get rid of this guy. Well, let's just show you what would happen if I try to join from this one again. So if I typed in join again, okay, what would happen to my list?